we need more potatoes, because 6.54E plus 0.24 isn't enough of them, though I'm sure my peasants have been working plenty hard since I've been gone. In fact, I have nearly 150 million comrades to spend, and they've got 20 nurses to keep them healthy. And here are the upgrades I was supposed to notice before. I believe these give permanent boosts. And since we have 20 points to spend, potatoes times 9, land times 9, weapons times 9, and ore times 9. And that next boost is times 999. And look how happy he has no idea he's gonna need a bigger wheelbarrow. And maybe health insurance wouldn't hurt either. And naturally, we want to work our way down. We want to buy plantations. We get enough of those, we can buy a hive. The tricky thing is, to get one hive, we need 1,000 plantations. Currently, I have 2 of them. So for now, we're just gonna buy as many of these as we can. So there's 6. The problem is, we need more land. We have enough of everything else. Land is our big holdup. And we did just increase it to give us more land, but it's still gonna be a while for its next upgrade. Even with the auto clicker, it's not even moving. But we did get this. An extra 3 potions. Those are actually gonna come in handy. So I'm just gonna keep clicking until that happens again. That actually worked? My stupid ideas never work. So we got 2 of 3, we're up to 5 of those. So I'm assuming you just need to click enough times to get rewarded, but that's 3 of 3 for my daily. So we got another 2, we're up to 7. And I feel like we need 9 because this big thing that's been here this whole time telling me what to click probably should be clicked. And I guess since we probably have the resources, we could just buy nurses until we start to upgrade things. At level 50, we're up to +1 nurses per second, and that's probably actually going to add up not bad. We still haven't unlocked all these, but we're well on our way. As in, if we buy 10% that we possibly can, we'll get 30,000 of them. There we go. Ambulances. My workers don't need ambulances. They need shovels and ground they could probably dig through without too much issue. And turns out taking care of people is good for me because there's another 18 blue potions. And I really can't help it. I've got to click this button now. Run all industries. Oh, interesting. So I guess what this does is runs all of the base industries. So we get potatoes, land, ore, weapons, and medicine. Everything we need for a communist utopia. So I'm going to sit here and click this for a while. And for some reason, it's giving me daily capsule 1 of 3 again. I don't think it knows what day it is, but I'm not going to complain. If I can get more of these things, great. And I think this is going to work. I should get 3 dailies for all 5 of my industries, which means lots of blue potions, which means lots of upgrades. A few minutes of clicking later, and we're up to 55 scientists to sacrifice in a good name of science. And I didn't really scroll through this before. There's actually a lot of good upgrades we can get with this scientist. Do we want farmers +1 and 5 times boost? Or do we want potato boost times 1,000? Well, we're going to start with that. The next upgrade is going to be a big upgrade, and it's going to cost 60 of those, but this is going to help us for now. And since medicine boost only costs 5 and it's very slow, we're going to buy that. And also the farming boost. We need the farmers to get rolling along because those are 1 up from potatoes. My farmers are marginally more important than the potatoes themselves. Or that's what I'm told at least. I don't know. You can eat either one. And that circles us back to our problem. We're still looking for land to be able to buy more plantations. And since we do, let's boost our land production by 7,777 times for 20 seconds. I mean, it's only going to cost 10 scientists anyway. I just want to make sure I'm ready because I want to hit this button, not that button. Just because I want to be sure this actually works. So it's loaded on and we're going to hit this. Look at that number go up because we have a double multiplier because we bought a new multiplier today. We're going to upgrade and then keep it on going. Hopefully get enough for 1 more upgrade out of this because I really need the help today. Didn't quite make it to the next upgrade, but we got pretty close. On the bright side, we can buy 153 plantations, so we're going to do that. And that's going to give us 477 collectives, which in turn is going to give us 356,000 communes, which gives us plenty of farmers, which produce those dirty potatoes. Maybe we should just spend everything we have on farmers to hopefully produce extra potato numbers. Then again, maybe we should do that on workers because we need land more than anything right now. So let's spend maybe 10-20% of our resources on workers. It'll hopefully get us more land along the way. While I'm at it, I'm going to upgrade some of the land things. I know if I get 1,000 dynamites, I can get the next clear cut, and that's not going to be that expensive to buy. These are costing 100,000 each of many materials, but we can afford it. Plus, every time I do this, I get some more scientists and everything. But anyways, there's my first clear cut, which is going to make me 2 dynamites every 30 seconds, all by itself. Plus, every time I do this and unlock something, it gets me like extra farmers per second, extra comrades per second, and those things are going to add up. And just unlocking the clear cuts, whatever it was, I get the bronze blaster for 17 scientists. If we want to do the same under ore, it's going to get a lot more expensive because we need a lot of ore, but also a lot of land. And if I spend 10% of my resources on dynamite, we can buy almost 18,000 of them, which gets me 10 comrades a second and a new unlock, but that also makes me get new clear cuts, 17 of them to be precise. And now my clear cut is producing 36 dynamites every 30 seconds, and that's actually considerable because those are pretty expensive for me to buy right now. And whatever I just did got me an extra 10 comrades a second, and boy, I sure need it with only 120 million left. I only need another 8 scientists to be able to unlock the land boost. So while I'm thinking about what to do next, I'm simply going to run all industries at an alarming rate. I think at this point I'm going to do something exciting and spend 50% of everything I can to buy more workers because they're going to produce more land. I currently have a lot of them, 1.62 plus 008. I could add 6 plus 007, so that should actually make quite a difference. Whatever the case, I'm going to do it. And hopefully that was worth it in some capacity, though. Now that I actually think about that decision, maybe not. Here's my very stupid plan that I've concocted. If I spent 50% of my resources here for 110,000 blasting sites, not only will I get a boost somewhere in this stuff, I thought I would be able to buy more clear cuts than this now, because if I bought enough of those, I know I would get a scientist boost, which I did not. Probably because this stuff tends to get expensive very quickly. But now I have a lot of blasting sites, so that's always a plus. Okay, so let's pretend that I actually waited long enough to save up 20,022 scientists. That would probably cover the 30 I need to get a land boost of 1,000 times. So now when I click this button, the upgrade thing still isn't moving, but look at our number of land at the top go up. That's finally the kind of progress we need. Before, those numbers were moving very slowly. Now we're one layer up in the 15s and that number is still going strong. We're going to be in the 16s even before you know it. And now that we're into the 16s, the number is slowed down, but it's still moving up pretty good. When we were at 1,000 times less money, it was moving this quickly in the 14s. And that means I can finally buy at least a few plantations. We could buy 60 total if we want to, and I think we do. We're going to need those to get our hive. So while we're waiting, let's boost all of our industries just a little bit. They're all at 60. We're going to go to 100,000 times boost because I like bigger numbers. And this apparently is the max upgrade, but that's going to help, move things along. Now watch those potatoes soar. Yeah, that was a quick upgrade. Look at all the numbers at the top. Suddenly they want to move again. And we're even achieving medals. And the upgrades are still going up. We're getting into the plus 30 section now. So I think after this upgrade, once we hit potato level whatever, we're going to check the rest of the industries to upgrade everything there and probably get a lot of rewards. Things are just so much easier when you buy 20,000 scientists. Even this level is still moving strong enough that I think I'm just going to tough it out and get through it. After that upgrade, those numbers are still going up and our potato meter is even still moving. But we're currently at 1 plus 0.32 potatoes. So that's a lot of potatoes. And also everything else, we're going to have a lot of upgrades. And I realized I probably should have hit all these before riding that button for so long, because now they're all going to make like 1 billion times more than they were before. For example, look at that next upgrade, how quickly that hits. And we're going to have some very happy guys with beards. And it's actually going to be kind of annoying doing it this way because I need to run all industries till they have an upgrade all 4 of them, then repeat the process until they're tired of getting upgraded. But at least I'll have a lot of raw materials to work with. And just like that, I think they're pretty well exhausted, but I could probably afford a lot more things that I couldn't afford before, like clear cuts. And we have enough for another 5 plantations, so we're getting there. We're still going to need 1,000 collectives for every one of those, but I've got an idea. I think if we boost the plantation by 5 times, that's going to make a pretty big difference. Maybe 7 times on top of that. While we're at it, we might as well boost the whole production line. The collectives are going to go up twice, and so are those shiny new communes. That's going to put our numbers up nicely. Now instead of making 800 collectives every minute, we're now making 32,000 collectives every minute. And the lesser resources are producing a lot of other things. This is producing 9.18 plus 0.006 communes per minute. So that means it's not going to take more than a few minutes to buy a hive, because we can already buy 64 more plantations. It's just a matter of sitting back and waiting. And I see that potato bar moving. I'm going to upgrade this while we wait. And there it is. More potatoes than ever before. And saving up all those potatoes has probably upgraded the rest of my industries. Well, they've all upgraded so that the numbers at the top are going up again, all at a pretty good rate. And while we were waiting, we could buy another 162 plantations, which is pretty good, but we still need better. We're going to get a 9 times boost on top of that, which is maxed out. And the same for the collectives and communes. We're just going to max those bad boys out because this is a pretty slow process otherwise. And yes, we're even going to give our farmers fancy straw hats because they deserve it or something. But those upgrades basically instantly let me buy another 571 plantations, which means we have over 1,000. We're getting pretty good at this farming stuff. So now we buy our first ever hive, and that by itself is going to produce 4 plantations every 3 minutes. We only have 24 currently, so those numbers are actually going to add up to quite a bit of value, especially when we give it just a gentle nudge in the right direction. And well, we'll call that good enough for now, because it by itself suddenly is going to produce produce 5,000 plantations every 3 minutes, which is more than we've had by a lot. And that's every 3 minutes. So now I'm just going to wait for this to touch down in a minute, which is going to get me plantations, which is going to turn into more hives, which is going to turn into more plantations. And there it goes. So let's buy another few of those, and that's going to give us 11,000 plantations every 3 minutes, which I think is going to be worth waiting for, because that should give us an even 20 hives, which will give us, you know, a lot more plantations in return. But then we can let things build up for a while, and Potato Man will be very happy about that. And whatever we did there added 14 comrades a second. So we're now making 282 of those every second. And apparently we've got enough collectives that is also adding stuff to us, so we're going to claim those too. So we're now up to 311 comrades a second. More importantly, we now have 20 hives, which is going to give us 25,000 plantations every 3 minutes. But now all that stuff is rolling, I feel like we can start moving in on the land, because to buy clear cuts now we can already buy 112 of them, and I think we're just going to go ahead and do that, because that is eventually going to lead to roads. We need 1,000 clear cuts to unlock one single road, but we can definitely do that, especially if we spend 50% on buying more blasting sites. That will at least get us another 104 clear cuts, which is still a little bit slow for me. So we're going to give the clear cuts a 5 times boost, and then a 7 times boost on top of that, and then a 9 times boost on top of that. And same with longer fuses, which is weird because you think they'd be more productive with shorter fuses, but then we're going to give them the blastiest blasting sites of all, and I guess we'll kind of add to the workers and increase their production as well. So as soon as we close the menu, we can already buy 226 clear cuts, but they're also producing 225,000 blasting sites every minute. And I feel like that's the kind of production that's really going to help boost us ahead. So as soon as this closes, we're going to go from 226 to 452. I'll take it. And then once we hit 1,000 of these, which won't take long, we'll be able to buy our first road. I'm not really sure why my idiots need roads, but we'll get them for them if they make me more money. Another 653 clear cuts, which means we get our first road, which produces 3 clear cuts in return. At least until we get more cementy cement, because we're building cement roads, center lines, don't need those, and roadiest roads. There we go. Now instead of making 3, they're making 3,780. And that's a nice trickle-down effect, because the more resources it makes for the prior resource, we can use that to buy forward and buy more signs. I mean roads. And we're getting so many unlocks, I continually have to go over and touch that unlock button, which is actually kind of annoying. 9th farmers bring glory, 9 comrades a second. Well, we still have 57 million of those, so that's not a big deal, but we're going to buy another 4 roads, which basically doubles my output into clear cuts. And for our highway, which apparently they want those too, we're going to need 1,000 roads. We currently have 8, but we'll get there. I was just thinking about how long this would take without having all those scientists to help these boosts, because even as it is, this is taking a minute. But I have managed to get my next upgrade for land, and that's actually going to make a considerable difference, because you really just can never have too much land to exploit people on. Another cycle, we could buy another 15 roads. How exciting. But at least every time it finishes this cycle, we do get bigger and bigger numbers. And coming back to our farmers, we can already afford another 101 hives. Wasn't that long ago that these were impossibly expensive. Now look how fast we're making them. And those are going to reward us with 190,000 plantations every 3 minutes. Basically, the bigger this number gets, the bigger all of these numbers get very easily. And it seems like this one basically doubles. Every time it finishes its cycle, we can almost double the size of it, which about doubles the output. And I never noticed this button before. Ultra Resource Surge. Get 168 hours worth instantly for only 750 scientists. I mean, I feel like I have an excess of those, so let's try that. Wow, look at that. I can buy 342,000 roads suddenly. Which means we can't quite buy a highway yet because we ran out of comrades because I'm stupid. Okay, well we have enough to buy one highway it is, and that's going to make us 4 roads in return. We have 340,000 of those now, but you get the point. Also, Dear Leader Teddy Bears, all resource speed times 147, all resources. If only I had 10,000 scientists to sacrifice. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that one. And then we can still buy this one for only 2,000. So that's a lot quick. Look at all the resources at the top. Finally, we're making progress. This is kind of what I envisioned when I started. Everything moving up so quickly that I don't even know what to tell you. It's all happening very fast. And lots of my industries are already working themselves into upgrades. Even the potatoes have upgraded themselves because we're making that much for themselves already. So we can move on to the ores now. To buy the excavator, we're going to need 1,000 ores. So we can buy 11,000 of those, and then we can buy 12 of these. And that's going to start the resource chain we need, because the excavators are providing mines, and then we're going to need 1,000 excavators to be able to afford Mega Mine. So we're obviously going to give these just a little extra boost, just like we do with everything we touch. So now with all the boosts, suddenly we're able to buy 650 excavators, which can buy us 2 Mega Mines already. We can buy more mines if we want to, that are going to pay for a lot more excavators. but you're going to pay for more mega mines. And I can't actually keep up with all the metals and unlocks we're getting just because everything's moving at such a stupid rate right now. Potatoes are up to 2.5 plus 038. I believe that means 38 zeros. And we haven't even hit the next level yet. So that just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger really fast. But we're up to 72 mega mines now, and that's obviously gonna get bigger faster. We're going for the deep bore. We need to go as deep as possible. The deep bore, interestingly, is gonna take apparently some weapons, because apparently that one doesn't want to upgrade for some reason. Wait, there it goes. Now it's ready to go again, so that should hopefully give us the ammunition we need. It actually didn't, because we need 1 to the power of 27 and we have to the power of 23 currently, and that's even with its 100,000 times boost plus all the other boosts we've given it. So we're going to increase not only the miners but also the soldiers to hopefully make their output a little bit better. Is it because we need more fire teams? What happens if I get 300 of these? Is that going to help me along? Then maybe we'll buy more soldiers, and then when that fails, we're just going to boost the bullet production by 7,777. We'll let that go ahead and then click away. Gonna hit the upgrades as we go because those are needed. But I can see we're already long past the number we need. We needed 1 to the power of 27, I believe. We're at power of 29. This is a lot of work just to get the deep bore mines. But we can also buy another 100 and, well, let's call it 200 mega mines. So only another 700 to go. So now if we just let the game run for a week, then we'll come back to it, and that should have enough to buy what we need. Yeah, we can buy 1.12 plus 006 mega mines. Then we're just waiting on the comrades to come back because we need 10,000 of them per deep bore level. They do like to bore, those comrades. And then after that, week of progress, we're gonna have a few more upgrades because things have been piling up while I was gone. Well, now this deep bore is producing 24 mega mines every few seconds, so that's pretty incredible progress considering how expensive these are to buy. Now when I pick this up in 6 months again, we're gonna have all sorts of crap to play with.